Welcome back to One on One. We're talking with Salman Ahmad, the former member of Junoon, the Pakistani rock band, and activist with UNAIDS as a goodwill ambassador for UNAIDS. Tell me about some of the work you did in trying to build relations between India and Pakistan, because that was also part of your activism. So what was the reaction when you first went to play as a Pakistani rock band in India in 1998? Of course, they were having nuclear tests at the time.
Yeah, crazy. You know, the funny thing is that the day we were leaving for Bombay, for this, it was an award. It was a film award ceremony, and which went out to about 500 million South Asians the world over. We were getting ready, and really, nervous. First time to India, and I had about 50 or 60 people outside, who were friends and relatives and hangers-on. And I was like, wow, we're getting a really great send-off. And when we went down, my sister comes up to me and she says, you know, all these people, they want you to get autographs from all the Bollywood stars when you go there. So I was like, wow, okay. So we took these sort of autograph books to Bombay, not knowing that, I mean, I'd never been there, that we'd be known. And when we got off stage that evening, it sort of, all the Bollywood stars, Aishwarya Rai, Shah Rukh and Salman, they came running backstage and they said, you guys are incredible. And we had all these autograph books sitting there. And I thought this is a good idea to get Aishwarya's autograph. And before I'm able to do it, she says, my sister loves you guys. And, so it was this amazing breakdown of the wall of hostility that Pakistanis, see of India and Indians see of Pakistan, where they love our music, we love their films. Pakistan loves Indian films and Indians love Pakistani music. And I thought that was a great opportunity to forward the peace process, despite the fact that both countries had tested nuclear weapons. We were touring India and we said, you know what, this is gross, it's a waste of resources. You can spend that same money because you've got the same sort of poverty that's in Pakistan you have here. And why do you want this deterrent when people actually, are comfortable with each other? They've lived together for 5,000 years. And when I got back to Pakistan, found ourselves banned from television, banned from playing concerts, off the radio. And 98, that was 1998, 6 years later, 2004, President Musharraf and Vajpayee are saying the same thing that we were back in 98.
The interesting thing is you even had death threats in Pakistan. People were really upset with this.
Well, it wasn't the people who were upset, it was the government. And we had intelligence agencies following us, death threats. I got an email, a fax from the Ministry of Culture saying that, you're going to be charged for treason for speaking about unification of India and Pakistan. I say that is peace. When did peace go out of style? So we went out, did a TV campaign against that, and they shut up basically.
What about performing with Indian musicians? Because that's one area there has been cooperation, sometimes a little more quietly, but essentially there is a cooperation, isn't there?
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, you worked with Shubham Mudgal, yeah.
Yeah, Riz, this song that I did, Ghumtana, which is on Infinity. It's a video, and the song I had written, I wanted a woman's voice from across the border. And Shubham Mudgal is a classical singer. So you had a rock musician from Pakistan, a classical woman singer from India. And that song came together, and we then said, why don't we just take the step forwards and make a video with an Indo-Pak production team, get Nandita Das, who's a Bollywood actress, and Nasiruddin Shah, who was amazing actor from India.
Seen in Hollywood as well quite a bit now.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And that video, when I showed it to President Musharraf, he told me that, you know what, this does much more for peace talks between India and Pakistan than the government's actually trying to find bridges.
What's your sense of where the two countries are now? Cricket diplomacy obviously worked quite well. There's obviously this ongoing musical and entertainment diplomacy. How do you feel the two countries sit now?
Riz, there's no question in my mind. Having been to India, countless times now, that on both sides, the people of both countries are ready for peace and end of all conflicts. It's a great opportunity, especially in the world that we live in, with the polarized world that we live in because of the war and terror. Peace in the subcontinent would mean such a huge boost to this sort of this feeling of hope the people have that not everything's going wrong. And I think that President Musharraf, his legacy, and Manmohan Singh's legacy will test them very strongly, what they do now.
So of course you've had the recognition in Asia on both sides, India-Pakistani border. What about recognition in the West? How important is it for you to get some kind of recognition that what you do is accepted by Western standards?
I think, well, as an artist, obviously, you want to be, you want to do the best you possibly can and everywhere. But I think more so now, after 9/11, that Muslim artists, writers, directors make themselves known through the media in the West, because it makes a huge difference.
Do you think is there any, in your opinion, positive hope for the image of Muslims, though? It seems to be, this idea of a clash of cultures seems to really be taking hold.
Well, I think right now, as desperate as it seems, I think Muslims have a great opportunity, while they're underneath the microscope, to really stand up and be counted. And in all media, films, television, music, sports, I mean, a lot of people, when they focus on Pakistan, so one of the channels labeled it Al-Qaedistan, but they don't realize that apart from the extremists, the religious extremists, you have people who are sports fanatics. You have, Pakistan has the number one team, one of the top teams, cricket teams in the world, top field hockey teams, and they are crazy about films, about music, about pop culture, and 50% of the population is under the age of 20. So there's a lot that Muslims offer to the world, and you can't just continuously keep seeing it through the prism of the war on terror.
Who of the Western artists would you like to collaborate with?
My first choice would definitely be Bono and U2. Yeah, because
Right.
because for 25 years they've stuck to being honest through their music, and the Western world and the world in general respects them so much because of that. And I think if somebody like U2 comes together and you have a Muslim artist playing, it just brings people together.
Did you ever feel as a performer, as an artist, musician, that you were not really taken seriously as an activist? Did you have to win your badge, so to speak?
Well, I mean, I still think that people think that, what is this activist stuff you're doing? You should just shut up and play your guitar. And so I just do that because that's a part of that's the engine. Because if my music wasn't affecting social issues, or for me expressing my opinions about social issues, then I doubt I would just be trying to be number one on MTV.
Well, you've done it with Infinity, your solo album. You've got the activism in the music there. What about other plans, future plans? What have you set yourself as short and long-term goals?
Well, I definitely want to write a book. I'm thinking about that because I think I bring a bicultural perspective. I want to write a book, and I want to do more documentaries like Rockstar and the Mullahs and It's My Country Too.
Many times I would read, so-and-so band is inspired by Junoon. So obviously Junoon had its impact on musicians in Pakistan. Do you feel the music scene in Pakistan is changing? Do you feel any responsibility to have to be some kind of role model over there as well still?
Well, you know what? What's great is that what Junoon did was it paved the way for all the rock bands that are coming in Pakistan. And now also going into India, because lately there's, Indian films just want to use Pakistani music. And so it makes me feel very proud that the artists, more and more artists are coming out. And I also want to add that, I haven't pulled the plug on Junoon. I mean, if Pink Floyd can come back after 14 years, I'm definitely not.
So there's an invitation to Ali and Brian to come back.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
I'm sure it'll be required for some more concerts, or there'll be a demand for them.
Yeah.
But if you were going to be remembered a certain way, if you want to leave a legacy, what would that be?
You know what? I just a guy who followed his heart, who didn't, people, I think, the doubt and fear sort of, it muffles a lot of great ideas. And despite the fact that you can't see beyond, but you have a feeling that something's opening, that you follow it. So, following my heart.
Salman, thank you very much. Good to speak with you.
Thanks, Riz.